Estrangement. 10 years after their divorce, Neeraj and Nisha met at a wedding. Seeing Nisha alone, Neeraj approached and sat beside her. For a long time, they avoided eye contact, each pretending the other was not there. They had spent 7 years together, and despite their conflicts, sweet memories lingered in their hearts. Finally, Neeraj broke the silence, asking, "How are you?" With a hint of pride, Nisha replied, "I am doing well. It has been 9 years since my second marriage. I have 2 children." Neeraj studied her face closely. She had become much thinner than before, her face devoid of its former glow. Her clothes were plain, not the expensive ones she used to wear. He thought to himself how beautiful she looked when they were together. Noticing his gaze, Nisha turned her face away. Then, composing herself, she asked, "How about you? How's your child?" With equal pride, Neeraj responded, "I am doing great too. It has been 6 years since my second marriage. I have a daughter now, and our Bunty is in 9th grade." He added, "My wife is wonderful, and we are very happy." Hearing this, Nisha felt a pang of jealousy, but hid it behind a neutral expression. She observed Neeraj closely. He looked aged beyond his 40 years, his hair completely grey, only superficially blackened by dye, with white roots clearly visible. His belly had grown noticeably. They sat in silence for a long time after that. Throughout the wedding festivities, they stayed near each other but didn't speak further. As they prepared to leave for their respective homes, Neeraj approached Nisha and said, "Can I say something?" Nisha replied, "What?" With a heavy heart, he said, "The only real life I had was the one I shared with you. Now I am just passing the days." His words stirred a mix of joy and sorrow in Nisha's heart, as if something was stuck in her throat. Holding back tears, she said, "I regret it too. I ended up with a drunkard, a wild man. I spent my days crying." Neeraj turned his face away to hide his own tears. Then he said, "We were fools. We let small things become big and drifted apart. All I want to say is that you are a wonderful person. I live in the memories of the moments we shared." Nisha broke down, sobbing as she said, "I am living on those memories too." With that, she picked up her bag and walked away. Neeraj watched her until she disappeared from sight. Moral: don't let small misunderstandings create rifts, as these small issues can grow into major problems, leaving only regret in their wake. So, this is our story today. Now we have the detailed explanation. The story Estrangement is a poignant narrative about regret, lost love, and the consequences of letting minor conflicts destroy meaningful relationships. It centers on Neeraj and Nisha, a divorced couple who meet after a decade at a wedding. The story explores themes of nostalgia, pride, regret, and the human tendency to mask pain with bravado. Setting and context. The story unfolds a wedding, a setting symbolic of union and celebration, which contrasts sharply with the protagonist's broken relationship. The wedding serves as a backdrop that highlights their past togetherness and current estrangement. The 10-year gap since their divorce suggests both have moved on with new lives, yet their encounter reveals unresolved emotions. Characterization. Neeraj. Neeraj initiates the conversation, showing a willingness to bridge the gap, though his pride prevents full vulnerability until the end. His physical description Grey hair, protruding belly, reflects the toll of time and perhaps an unfulfilling life despite his claims of happiness. Nisha. Nisha's pride is evident in her initial response, but her physical decline, thinness, lack of vibrancy hints a difficult life. Her emotional breakdown at the end reveals her true feelings of regret and longing for the past. Their child Bunty. Mentioned briefly, Bunty represents a shared bond that persists despite their separation, adding a layer of shared loss. Themes: regret and nostalgia. Both characters reflect on their past together, realizing that their happiest moments were with each other. Their current lives, though outwardly stable, lack the fulfillment they once had. Pride and facade. Initially, both Neeraj and Nisha hide their true feelings behind proud claims of happiness in their new lives. This facade crumbles as they confess their regrets. Consequences of small conflicts. The moral emphasizes how minor misunderstandings escalated into a divorce, leaving both characters with lifelong regret. Emotional arc. The story follows a clear emotional trajectory, tension and avoidance. The initial silence and avoidance reflect unsolved pain and pride. Surface level interaction. Their first conversation is guarded, with each trying to prove they have moved on. Vulnerability and catharsis. The final exchange is raw and honest, with both admitting their mistakes and longing for the past. Parting and closure. Nisha's departure and Neeraj's lingering gaze signify acceptance of their irreversible choices, yet the emotional weight of their shared history remains. Moral and universal appeal. The moral underscores the importance of addressing small conflicts before they escalate. This resonates universally as many relationships suffer for unresolved minor issues. The story's simplicity in emotional depth make it relatable, highlighting the fragility of human connections. Cultural context. The story reflects Indian cultural norms such as the significance of marriage, the stigma of divorce, and the emotional weight of familial ties, ex gratia their son Bunty. The wedding setting is a common social gathering in India where past and present often collide. Vocabulary review. Below is a review of key vocabulary from the story with meanings and usage notes to aid understanding. Estrangement, meaning the state of being alienated or separated from someone with whom one was previously close. Usage, used as the title to encapsulate the emotional and relational distance between Neeraj and Nisha. Example: their estrangement after the divorce was evident in their initial reluctance to speak. Next word, poignant, meaning evoking a keen sense of sadness or regret. Usage, describe the story's emotional tone, emphasizing its touching and melancholic nature. Example: the poignant reunion of the couple stirred memories of their past love. Lingered, meaning remained present, often longer than expected, stayed in the mind or heart. Usage refers to the sweet memories that persist despite their conflicts. Example: the memories of their happy times lingered in their hearts. Bravado, meaning a bold or swaggering show of confidence, often to mask insecurity. Usage describes Neeraj and Nisha's initial proud claims of happiness. Example: his bravado about his new life hid his true feelings of regret. Devoid, meaning completely lacking or empty of something. Usage described Nisha's face lacking its former glow, indicating her diminished vitality. Example: her face was devoid of the radiance she once had. Pang, meaning a sudden sharp pain or distressing emotion. Usage: described Nisha's feeling of jealousy upon hearing upon Neeraj's supposed happiness. Example: a pang of envy struck her when he spoke of his new family. Composing, meaning calming or controlling oneself, especially emotions. Usage: refers to Nisha steadying herself before asking about Neeraj's life. Example: composing herself, she asked about their son. Catharsis, meaning the process of releasing strong or repressed emotions, leading to relief. Usage: describe the emotional release when Neeraj and Nisha confess their regrets. Example: their confessions provided a catharsis for years of unspoken pain. Facade, meaning a superficial appearance or illusion of something. Usage: refers to the false front of happiness both characters present initially. Example: her facade of contentment crumbled when she admitted her struggles. Vile, meaning extremely unpleasant or morally reprehensible. Usage: describes Nisha's second husband, emphasizing her unhappy marriage. Example: she called her new husband a vile man who made her life miserable. So today that's now, friend. We will meet soon.